This is the time of year when Americans begin to think about a very important day, Election Day. Did you know that a long time ago, each individual state decided when their own election day would be? Can you imagine if every state decided when Halloween would be? It would be really confusing. Finally, in 1854, Congress decided that everyone should vote on the same day. Back then, most eligible voters were farmers, and they wanted Election Day in the fall. So why would farmers want Election Day to be in autumn? You're right. Farmers don't have a lot of free time. They have to plant in the spring, tend their crops in the summer, and then harvest them. So they needed Election Day to be after the harvest. And why wouldn't people want to vote in winter? Right again. It was way too cold for people who had to walk or ride a horse or take a buggy to travel to town. It seemed like early November was really the best time of year for this very special day. It was after the harvest and before the cold of winter. And Tuesday, well, it seemed like a really good day of the week to go into town. And so it was decided. Election Day would be the first Tuesday in November. This year, in 2021, that Tuesday will be November 2nd. Everyone knows when we're going to elect a president because everyone's talking about it. Your parents, your teachers, everybody on television and the radio. But what happens on Election Day the other 3 years? Because this is one of those years. There are all levels of government, federal, state, and local. This November, voters all across the United States will be electing local officials. What is local government? Well, it's smaller places like counties, cities, towns, villages, places nearer to where you live. Local officials make decisions about things that affect your everyday life, like how much people will pay in their property taxes or which roads and bridges to repair. What else might they decide? Yeah, where to build another soccer or baseball field. They may even decide where you can and can't ride your skateboard or your bicycle. So it's very important that voters go to the polls, even when it's not a presidential election, because local elections are important to you, your family, and your neighbors. You have all heard about the United States Constitution, but what is that really? It is all of the great ideas that our country's founders came up with when they started our brand new country. Ideas about having people elect their own leaders to make the rules. I'm curious, do you think all the rules that were made for you when you were 5 or 6 should be the same ones for you when you're 14? I don't think so. Well, our founders thought of that too. They knew attitudes and ideas would change over time, and so they made it possible for citizens to change or amend the Constitution. Wow, those folks were really smart. And who do you think approves constitutional changes or amendments? Absolutely, the voters decide that on Election Day. By the way, just as our country or federal government has its own constitution, so does every single state. And yes, state constitutions can be changed too, on Election Day, by the voters. This year, New York State voters will have a chance to vote on 5 amendments to our state constitution. One of those amendments would give New Yorkers the right to clean air, clean water, and a healthy environment. Whoa, that seems really important, doesn't it? The other 4 are important too. One of the most important responsibilities in our country is to know and understand all you can about who and what you will be voting for. This is where you come in. I would like to have you, along with all the adults in your life, find out all there is to know about your local elections and the amendments that will be on this year's ballot, this Election Day. There are lots of great resources you can use. The League of Women Voters and the New York State Board of Elections have great websites. You can be a big help to these adults by exploring the websites with them and helping them learn all about voting in 2021. Working together, you can help them find the answers to almost any questions that they might have. You can help them find out if they're registered to vote. And you can even help them get registered if they aren't. You can help them to vote early and to vote by mail if they want to. You can even help them find their polling place where they need to go to vote and learn about the 5 amendments. There's a lot of important information on these websites. Thank you. Thank you for all your help. And congratulations, you are on your way to becoming an educated and informed voter. You know, soon you will be going to the polls to cast your vote, and we will all be counting on you.